Township Committee meetings. Not when we're there. It's going to go to 10 minutes. I'm Jamie Serruto. I want to first thank Frank and Jerry, who've been amazing hosts on many occasions. So many meetings at their kitchen table, at their office, in planning for tonight, in planning for this movement. And this is truly a movement. This began not only in 2023, but several years prior. This town, little by little, has not taken care of our long-term planning, our assets, the need to come together. And that's what Chris and I are going to bring to the table. I grew up in this town. I live on Jefferson Avenue. My father grew up on Hartshorn Drive. My mother and my father are here. I want to call out Alex, Ross, and Ryan, who I grew up with in this town. And all of us who went through the elementary schools, the middle school, the high school, ultimately college, and now back in town, have seen the changes. We've seen the lack of regard for long-term planning, the lack of leadership in the police department, the lack of leadership in the business administrator's office, and the lack of leadership on the streets of this community. We want to restore the Millburn-Short Hills thinking. And that means prioritizing smart, creative, and innovative development, ensuring that our police has the resources necessary to combat crime. Long-term, not just short-term. A sense of accountability to the residents and respect when they come up to the podium. And we want to be additive to Frank and to Ben and to all of the residents that put themselves out there. We have people in this crowd, long-time neighbors of mine, long-time community volunteers who have dedicated so much time, whether it be from the Little League fields, from Taylor Park, from the scouting community, from the Millburn-Short Hills First Aid Squad, volunteer, I should say, on the Board of Education, in businesses, at Greenwood Gardens, at the Arboretum. These are all really important assets that we have to keep forward. Our lack of long-term thinking has resulted in the project like the dump. 75 units of income-segregated housing on a toxic site, which Romano and Cohen willingly allowed RPM to be the developer for. Willingly put us on the hook for nearly $60 million if all doesn't come through. And we're going to continue to fight that in court. You see the cranes. Anybody driven by Annie Says anytime soon? Anybody see that massive, concrete parking structure? This is only the beginning if we don't bring leadership to Millburn-Short Hills. I'm a former Board of Ed member. I'm an Eagle Scout. I'm on the Parish Pastoral Council at St. Rose of Lima. I'm president of the 4th of July Committee, involved in Memorial Day, National Night Out, Rocktoberfest. I was a varsity golfer, briefly a varsity football player, never a wrestler like my father. 6th grade, I went out for one forfeit. I'm undefeated in my life. But I'm a hometown boy. I came back here after going to Fordham University. I have a deep sense of pride in this community, and in particular, a deep sense of pride and care for the residents. You'll see me at every community event, not just showing up for the photo op, arriving early, staying late, being a part of the planning, and detail-oriented. You'll see me asking the questions. I may be young, but as Reagan said, right, not going to make age an issue of this election. My skill set, my connections, my strategic thinking. I grew up here. When I was on the Board of Ed, I was the only person who grew up in town, only person who went through the school system. And I didn't take my time lightly. I listened, I showed up, I connected with residents. I want to acknowledge my parents, who instilled so much in me, and my late grandparents on Hartshorn Drive, which used to actually be a cul-de-sac, right, Dad? Right? So I was raised with a sense of respect, a sense of dignity for others, giving people the time of day. We don't see that in the leadership of Romano and Cohen. Our representatives have voted for the mansion tax, have voted for crushing overdevelopment, have voted for runaway spending, for pet projects. It's out of control. When did paving a street, picking up garbage, recreation have anything to do with red or blue? And they've twisted it. They've twisted social media. They weaponized the local press. because they know that they are wrong. And they know that we are stronger when we are honest. And so, with that, I want to say to everybody, don't vote for party, vote for your family, vote for your kids, vote for your future, vote for Millburn, and vote Jamie and Chris for Township Committee. Let's go! So I want to invite Chris back up.